Heyo, what's up, everybody? What's going on? My TTG fam, how you guys all doing today? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream, guys. Come in, get comfortable, stay a while. Don't worry, all those how-to trading videos that amass to nothing and teach you nothing will still be there once this live stream is over. But if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, then you have come to not only the right place, but the place. Take a moment, smash that like button, guys, subscribe to the channel, and make sure to share this stream on your own social media channels. True Trading Group, or what we like to call TTG, folks. It's the fastest growing, highest rated premium online trading educational platform and community where we all share the same goal, and that's to learn, trade, and profit together. 6 nights a week right here, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this YouTube channel, totally free. Myself, other pro trader moderators, and special guests drop golden nuggets of education and free lessons that are going to help you become a better and more profitable trader. My name is Michael Edward. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group, former award-winning hedge fund trader, and along with my team of 6 pro moderators, we cover all different styles of trading, including swing trading, day trading, options, advanced option strategies, shorting, even long-term investing, and more. There's literally something for everybody in TTG, regardless of your trading style or your skill level and experience level. We have people that never traded stock a day in their life. We have people that have been doing this for 20, 25 years. Okay. So I started my career working at a fund right out of college, 2007. Then 2008 happened, the Great Recession, the housing market crisis, subprime mortgage mess. Okay. And during that time, I actually went on to thrive and receive the Trader of the Year award from the firm in 2008. But before they ever let me touch $1 of the firm's money, I first had to go through an intensive training curriculum that set me on the path to become the trader that I am here today. I've since taken that curriculum and I've simplified it and then paired it with the top premium trading tools, and I've made them all available to the TTG members and my TTG family here now today. So welcome everyone to the True Trading Group live stream. You're going to want to subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on any one of these lives. And before we do get things started today, I want to know who here, this is your very first TTG live stream, or you're not a member of TTG, guys. Go ahead right now and type the letter I in chat. So just type the letter I, guys, if this is your first time on a live stream or you're not a member of True Trading Group. All right, we got Wilbur Brown, we got D Barnes, we got TD, we got Frank Scotch, Nick, OMQRB, we got Hit the Bid. Chef Daddy goes, my first one today. Chef Daddy, you're probably on live stream number 1212. We got Katie Marquardt, Jay Lightning, T Real, Sean Hubin, Deji, SFI Enterprise. Oh, come on. It's not your first one. We got Mark Burr, Chase Cross, Raymond Lewis, Casey Buckholder. And Steve Mountain says, read those names. I'm doing my best, Steve. I'm doing my best. Sometimes there's some tough ones in here. Ravnil Singh, Nikolaus Skandalakis. We got Carmen Sita. Beautiful, guys. Awesome. Awesome. All right, welcome, everybody. All of you, welcome, welcome, welcome that are just joining us for the first time. You guys might not realize what you have just stumbled upon, but stick around for a little while. You will soon find out. Tonight's live stream is going to go down as follows. We're going to kick things off with about a 20-minute Q&A session, give some time for people to log on. You guys are going to be able to ask me whatever questions you want. I'll kick back some answers that can help you guys out. Then we're going to cover today's stock market trading recap, including the Coinbase direct listing IPO. All right. Then we're going to break down a new swing trade that I entered here today. I've already taken some profits off on the swing trade. I'm still holding on to some to see what happens here tomorrow. If you guys have been following my live stream for a little while, you'll know my last swing trade, which was the Roblox swing trade was a beast. Bought Roblox on Monday at $73.50. I got out of that thing yesterday. Best take profit over $82, about $9 a share. That was a big one. And I'm coming back, firing back here today with a new swing trade on the day here today. Did make a day trade today. We'll get into kind of the trading recap of the day as we kind of dive in to the live stream later on here today. And then where I'm going to be giving you also, guys, the information for tonight's TTG Stimmy. Okay, so the TTG Stimmy information, I'll be giving you guys that out as well. That, for those that don't know what that is, every day in the month of April, we raffle off $100 to 5 different TTG members. And that's going to be taking place directly, immediately following this live stream. So guys, for those of you that are going to be participating in the Stimmy, stick around. We'll be firing off that information for you guys then. All right. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get things started. Let's kick things off with the 20-minute live Q&A session. You guys type the questions in chat. And then Adam, who's my partner and co-founder of TTG, is going to then grab those questions and throw them up on the screen for me to answer. So let's go ahead, guys, and let's begin that Q&A session. We look forward to level 2 data when you're thinking about making a trade. Oof. Really depends on the trade. There's going to be some trades that I'm going to make where I can care less what level 2 looks like. There'll be other trades where I will look at level 2 and try to see if I could confirm a support level. Is usually when I'll go ahead and I'll take a look at level 2. I'm not a trader that really makes trading decisions based off of level 2. That's more of a scalper mentality. Someone that's a scalper that likes to get in and out of trades within seconds will tend to use level 2 more than most traders because they're just trying to take advantage of like this quick little move in a stock that's going to last, they're going to buy and they're going to get out in 20 or 30 seconds. I'm more of a traditional day trader. I also do swing trade. Obviously, I told you guys I just did a swing trade on Roblox the other day. Into a new swing trade here today. I'm going to share that with you guys a little bit later. But I'm not a scalper. My trades, I'm a traditional day trader that also swing trades. My day trades last anywhere from several minutes to several hours. I'm not someone that's like in and out in 20 or 30 seconds. So I don't really use level 2 as much as you guys may think. When I will use level 2 is, let's say if my charting analysis tells me that there's a support level at $10. So if my charting tells me that there's a support level at $10, and let's say the stock's at $10.50, $10.75, when the stock pulls down to $10, then I will look at level 2 to see if I see some support and aggressive buying pressure in front of $10. Now, that does not mean I'm looking for like one big bid. One big bid is not a reason for me to get into a stock. One big offer, not a reason for me to get out of a stock. What I will do is say to myself, okay, if I'm looking at $10 to be support, I want to see when the stock gets pushed down to $10, do the bids jump on top of each other to try to capture that liquidity? So if $10 is support, you should see a lot of traders jumping in at like 10.05, 07, 08, 10.10 to try to buy the stock in front of that support level. So I will look for in level 2, I want to see how the bids react. And I want to see them jump on top of each other. So like, let's say the stock's at 10.20, 10.15, gets flushed down to like 10.02. I want to see if in level 2, immediately the stock goes 10.02 bid, and then it's 03, 04, 06, 08, 10.10, 10.12. But I mean like instantly, like they all just jump right on top of each other. That's going to be a sign of aggressive buying in front of that support level. And then that's oftentimes the most way in which I will go ahead and use my level 2 as far as like deciding when it's time to enter a trade. I decide it's time to enter a trade mostly based on the chart and price action, not based on something I see on level 2. Mike, when would you take the step to trade full time? And if so, how would you pay yourself? Okay. I don't recommend anybody takes the jump to trade full-time until they've been consistently profitable for a minimum of a full year. Minimum for a full year. To the point where you are consistently profitable for a full year. That doesn't mean you've been trading for a year and you've been profitable for the last 6 months. I don't think anyone should even think about going full-time until you've been consistently profitable for at least a year. Okay. After you've been profitable for at least a year is when you can start thinking about going to trade full-time. All right. So anywhere in that 1 to 2 year time frame, I think it's a acceptable time to make the decision that you're going to go ahead and trade full-time. How do you pay yourself? If you're at a point where you're going to be trading full-time, obviously that means you have a decent amount of money in your account. You're not going to be trading full-time if you only have $5,000 in your account. Obviously you'll be someone that's out of the PDT rule and everything if you're going to be trading full-time. And I would say to you that have a dollar amount that you're going to maintain in your account. And as long as you're not, there will come a point where you're going to say to yourself, okay, I'm no longer working on building my account. I'm working on paying myself. Now, when you start off, let's say you have a $5,000 account, your goal is to build that account up, right? You want to build it up to 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand. But eventually when you get to a point like, hey, I'm ready to do this full time, your account is built up by then. Your account, let's say you've got a $50,000 account or even more, $100,000 account or $300,000 account, whatever the number is. That number, it becomes your baseline for the month. And then anything over that, let's say if you have a $50,000 account and at the end of the month, you have $60,000 in your account, you take $10,000 out, you pay yourself, you're back at 50. And then you just kind of do that. And whatever the surplus is over that account, if you have a $100,000 account and at the end of the month, you have $118,000, great. Take the $18,000, pay yourself, you're right back to that 100 number. And you keep doing that process until you're ready to increase your risk and therefore your position size, because then you'll be using more buying power with bigger position size. So now you might need to start to build that account back. You might need to go from a $100,000 account. Maybe you want to build it up to 150 so you have more buying power, and you'll just make those jumps as you grow as a trader. I joined 4 weeks ago, and thanks to TTG, I made another successful trade. 5 for 5. That's actually incredible. You only joined a couple of weeks ago. Best part is I'm finding my own trades and not following others trading. Much love to TTG. That is what we are all about. Alex Metz, first of all, welcome to the family. You've only been part of it for 4 weeks. Glad to have you on board. Second, congratulations on being 5 for 5. Third, exactly what Alex just said is exactly what I want you guys all to really focus on and say, finding his own trades. That is the key to becoming a successful trader. The most successful traders, if you ever want to really get into your potential as a trader and as a full-time trader, it's having the ability to identify your own trades. That is what True Trading Group is all about. I will teach you guys how to fish. I don't want follow the leader. Yes, everybody can follow my trades, the other moderators. You guys can follow all of our trades if you want. We tell you what we're buying before we buy it. You get real-time alerts whenever our trades are executed. Like, you guys can follow all of our stuff if you want. But my goal is to get you to a point where you can learn this material enough to a point that you feel comfortable enough identifying your own trades and making your own trades. You can only do that, though, after you get an education and you guys actually realize what you're doing. Once you realize what you're doing and you understand and you have that education, it's like taking a college exam. It's like when you take a college exam, if you know the material, you can breeze right through it. You're not panicking or sweating. You're not second guessing yourself when you're going through taking the quiz or taking the exam. But if you don't know the material, what are you doing the night before? The night before, you're up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, pounding down Starbucks to try to cram as much information as you can before the exam because you don't know it. But if you know it, you're in bed, sweet and sound. You're in bed. getting a good night's sleep because you know the material, you're confident, you wake up and you're ready to go. Guys, here, let me ask you this. I actually would like to know, Alex, thanks for sharing that, man. Congrats. I actually want to know, my TTG fam, how many of you can now find and profit from your own trades? Sound off in chat right now if you're a member of True Trading Group and are now identifying and profiting from your own trades. Hell yeah. H4L, Chef Daddy, Determined, K-Dog, Tom, JD, C Change. Yes, Chris, Initial Morning High. Look at all this. Bruce, NYC, Wojo, Reed, Bionic. Look at this. Guys, you see all these people commenting right here? You see all these people commenting right here? This is the point. This is the point. Okay, everybody else wants you to just follow them. Oh, hey, look at my house, look at my car. Follow me. This can be you. If the only way that you make money in the market is being dependent on me, I'm your boss. You don't have any freedom. You have a job. So what happens if I'm not there one day? What happens if I get sick? Guys, in December, I had COVID in December. I didn't trade for a whole week. So does that mean that you're not going to make any money for that week because I'm not there? If you're not able to do this on your own, okay, now obviously I'll give you guys all the guidance and I'll teach you guys the same education that I was taught when I was working at the firm in New York City. But my goal is to get you to be able to identify your own trades and attack them confidently. And I'm sorry, guys, I was just reading something. And attack them confidently and be able to profit from your own trade ideas. That is my goal. That's what we do in True Trading. Yes, we have trade alerts. We have a group that's actually got an over 80% win rate as far as our moderators are calling out trades in chat. But the real goal is for you to be able to be going through the day, identifying opportunity, and capitalize on it when you see it. That's our goal. That's what True Trading Group is all about. So, Alex, thanks for sharing, man. And congrats everybody else that all just commented. Everybody else who just commented, congratulations. I'm really happy to see you guys kind of progressing through your development as a trader and learning and getting more confident, because that's really what it is. You have to be confident to make your own trades. But you can't be confident if you don't know what you're doing. So it's like the education comes first, then the confidence, then the success. It's not the other way around. A lot of people think, oh, let me start to make money, then I'll get confident. No, it doesn't work that way. Get confidence first, then you will make money. There are so many different styles of traders and trading strategies that are out there that are so different. You guys don't have to trade like me. There's so many other ways that you people can trade. But the one common thing that every single successful trader on this planet has is confidence. They're all confident traders. You can't be consistently profitable if you're not confident. You can't be confident if you don't know what you're doing. And that's why it starts with an education. The education gives you the confidence you need. The confidence is what allows you to pull the trigger on the trade opportunities that you see and you identify. And then that's when the success comes in. All right. You know, I get it. You want to make money in the market. We get it. Believe me, we get it. But I'm going to show you how to build your wealth for yourself. Okay. That is the goal here in True Trading Group. All right. So Alex, thank you for sharing that, brother. Mike, didn't take long. Do the coursework and go to the morning Culotta Club with the professor, Jason Simmons. Nice. Hell yeah, Tom. Made over 100% off SPY puts when I seen it rejected from that support line. Yes, Smiley. Yeah, that was the trade from today. That uptrend line. We're going to talk all about that uptrend line early, but Smiley, great job, man. 100% gain. Sick. You are not to get sick again. I'm going to try my best. I can't make any promises, but I'll try my best. Friends make their friends into bosses. Amen to that. And you know who else makes bosses? Family makes family bosses. And that's what we got here. Dustin says, I found a couple of TTG triangle setups today on my own. One worked out. The other, I was knowledgeable enough to get out of with no loss as it started to break down. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great job. I'm struggling, but TTG reaches out. That's a big point. Yeah, Dana. Dana, actually, I got your message today, Dana. I responded to your I don't know if you were still in chat or not when I responded to your message. But yeah, guys, that's another, that's a big part of it. We come on here and I talk a lot about how, if you guys are making money, comment in chat, my TTG fam, if you guys are identifying your own, and that's great. And we should, it's important to, to give props where success is. And the majority of my members are doing very well. Okay. About 80% of our members are now profitable traders, identifying setups, on their own confidently. I'd say about 80% of them are doing well, but about 20% of our members are maybe struggling a little bit still. But we leave no trader behind in True Trading Group because we actually hold red to green workshops every couple of weeks where a moderator or moderators, myself included, will go over specific lessons and topics that traders feel like they need help with and they're struggling with to help kind of turn those traders around and again, help them go from red to green. So when you join True Trading Group, guys, you are not just, you're just another number. Nope, you are now part of the family and the moderators know you. The team knows you, the members know you, and we're all there to help you guys as much as we can along the way. All right, next question. Okay, guys, ask some questions. Fire away. I'll take a couple more questions before we dive into the market recap on the day and kind of talk about what took place today. We do have all-time highs again across the board today, so we have some stuff to talk about. You have the Coinbase IPO, so we got a lot to talk about. What does your mug say? My sister got me this mug. My sister got me this mug, and it says, I smile because you're my brother. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. So that's what my mug says. I smile because you're my brother. I laugh because there's nothing you can do about it. That is from my sister. Hey guys, you guys don't have any questions? Usually I get bombarded with questions when I do these Q&A sessions. Mike, daily resistance versus intraday. How do you know when to pay attention to which one? Okay, David, great question. David and I actually just did a one-on-one. Was it David? Was it just a couple days ago, right? Wasn't it early this week? Was it Monday? I feel like it was Monday. I don't know. Everything's a blur for me, Dave. Dave and I just did a one-on-one. It was just a couple days ago, where we actually talked a lot about resistance. And I would tell you, Dave, that the longer time frame levels usually will take precedent over the shorter time frame. So let's say if you have a resistance level on the daily chart, maybe that level was tested 2, 3, 4 times. That's going to carry more weight than a level that just appears intraday, because intraday levels could be very temporary. An intraday level, Not to say that every intraday level is unimportant, because an intraday level can become a very important level, or a very important level on the daily chart could, here, actually, I'll show you guys actually an example, because there was exactly a chart that from today. I'm just going to pull share my screen with you guys just real quick momentarily, just because I want to show you an example. It's actually a good example for the question that David is asking. BTBT today, my TTG fam, you guys all remember pre-market, somebody had asked me, Mike, well, what about BTBTs? BTBT on your watch list? And my response to them was, yeah, but there's a lot of resistance up here at $19. Okay, so there was a lot of resistance up there at $19. You've got this previous little pivot high area in March. That was an area of resistance. You've got this big gap fill. Okay, you had this big gap fill from the gap down day there in February. And then you can see the market, the stock tried to get back up to that, to close that gap. It closed that gap and then got denied. Okay, so that solidified that resistance level for me on BTBT. So pre-market today, I said to people, we were gapping up. The stock was gapping up like 17 and change. And we talked about BTBT. I said, I'm really not interested unless the stock gets over 18. And then if it does that, your next stop is $19, and it's got to get over 19. So now you go intraday. Look at that. Is that not the craziest thing you've ever seen? Could that not be any more picture perfect? So now this is an example, Dave, where an intraday resistance level, you know, it's the same. It's the same level. Okay, it's the same level. This is the same line. So like I drew the line on the daily chart, so it's a resistance level that's on the daily chart. But then when you draw that line, it became an intraday resistance level. Okay. So that's kind of something to, when you're trying to identify like what resistance levels carry more weight. You know, the daily chart resistance levels, I think will carry more weight usually than something that you see intraday. But then intraday, you need to be looking for how the stock reacts on an intraday level, from an intraday standpoint, how the stock reacts based on the daily chart levels, if that makes sense, which I hope it does. Good question though, Dave. Does the TG triangle work on a swing trade during the chapter? Primarily went through day trades. Yes, it's meant to be an intraday setup. It is meant to be an intraday setup. It's basically a variation of the ABCD pattern. So for those of you that are maybe more experienced traders, you're maybe familiar with the ABCD pattern. The TTG triangle is an ABCD pattern that just has very specific characteristics, where there's very specific things take place within the ABCD pattern. And that's just when I coined it. It's essentially an A+ ABCD pattern. And that's it. I just coined it the TTG triangle. But you could use it on swing trades, but I primarily use them intraday. But it could work on a swing trade just as well. Can you explain filling the gap? Yeah, Ron. So filling a gap is, I'll go back to the chart. That's a question where it's going to be a lot easier for me if I just show it to you. All right, we'll go back to the daily chart. Okay. Now, filling a gap is when a stock opens above or below the price that it closed at the previous day. So this would be an example of a gap. Okay, that's a gap, because you can see how the stock was trading. Okay, one day the stock was trading here. Oh, this is the wrong drawing tool. Sorry, guys. So one day the stock is here, and the very next day it opens all the way down here. Well, that leaves you with a gap in share price where the stock did not trade in this area. Okay, the stock did not trade in this area. And then when a stock fills the gap is when it goes back up to close and goes back to the previous price that it was at before you had the gap down. This is considered a gap down. Okay, if this candle was up here it would be a gap up. All right. And then when the price of the stock goes back to actually fill that gap, that's a gap fill. So right there is your gap fill. This day, it would be said from a technical standpoint that this stock filled the gap. There's the gap, and it was filled on this day. All right. I wish I went to this school for 12 years. I know, right? I know, right? Like, why don't they teach this stuff? Why don't they teach this stuff in school? Mike, can you please explain what a dead cat bounce is? Thank you. Sure. A dead cat bounce is when a stock gets absolutely pulverized. Again, I'll pull up a chart because I have like stocks in my head that that actually fit for good examples. Okay, TIRX is a good example of a dead cat bounce. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart, just so I can show you guys. You know what? Let's do 3-minute chart. Okay, we're going to do a 3-minute chart. Okay, so a dead cat bounce occurs after a stock gets absolutely pulverized. Now, this is an extreme example. This was like an epic Chinese pump and dump. Okay, absolutely epic. Okay, but as you'll see, when a stock goes down very, very aggressively, it's like a rubber band. Okay, stocks can't go down forever. They can't go up forever. So when all of that selling pressure slows down, a couple of things will occur. Either shorts begin to cover their position and they become buyers, and that'll help move the stock higher. Dip buyers will come in and they'll try to buy the stock in front of a support level. And the sellers that have been selling the stock all the way down this entire time will take a little bit of a breather. That pause in the aggressive selling pressure of the stock causes the price of the stock to just kind of float higher, but it's a relief bounce. So another common term for a dead cat bounce is you might hear a relief bounce. Some people call it a relief bounce, more commonly referred to as a dead cat bounce. But all that means is that's a dead cat bounce. Dead cat bounces continue lower. Okay, dead cat bounces will not completely reverse. Dead cat bounces are not reversal patterns. If TIRX did this, this would be a reversal. This would not be a dead cat bounce. So when you hear people say, hey, be careful of a dead cat bounce, that means do not think that this price action means let's get long and let's hold on because we're ripping back to $50. This means, hey, if you're long this, be careful of a dead cat bounce because it can reverse and go right back down, and that's exactly what took place. That's what a dead cat bounce is. It's a brief pause in the downward selling pressure that causes the stock to move higher briefly, sucks a bunch of long traders in, and as the price moves back up, the sellers say, I'm going back in and I'm selling more stock, and the selling pressure kicks back on, and then the stock continues lower again. That's exactly what took place in TIRX. That's a good example. This right here, folks, this right here is a good example of a dead cat bounce. So that's why you would say, okay, hey, be careful, dead cat bounce, take profit, be careful, because bang, downtrend continues. That's a dead cat bounce. All right. All right, guys, so that just about wraps it up there. That just about does it. That wraps up there for our Q&A session. Let me read the screen here real quick. We have a message here that Adam just threw up. My son felt bad because he knew more about trading than his friends in class. I told him, don't ever feel bad for having knowledge that can take you big places. Jessica, yes. Yes. Yes, Jessica, yes. Oh, that's so awesome. Guys, it's all about the education. It's all about the education. You've got to be a prepared trader. There's too many people out there that are looking for looking for the get rich quick scheme. There's too many people that are just trying to, oh, let me just put some money in an account. Let me just see how this goes. You guys have to look at it this way. When you're going into the markets, you're going to war. You're going to battle, because when you make a trade, there's somebody else on the other side of that trade. Okay. There's another, either maybe it's me. Ask yourself, are you confident enough in your education and your ability to go against me? What about the trader from Goldman Sachs? What about the hedge fund trader that's managing $5 billion? What about my TTG members? Are you confident enough in your ability and your knowledge and your education to go to bat and go to war against someone like myself or one of my TTG members that has an education? I would never think that I was going to step into a UFC octagon and think that I even have a 1% chance of winning that fight. Why would I think that? Why would I think that I'm going to step into someone else's professional arena and I'm going to succeed? That's what you're doing when you put a couple $1,000 in a Robinhood account and then just go and start buying and selling stocks. You're stepping into someone else's professional arena and thinking you're just going to succeed. How arrogant could you possibly be? If I just took you and I just threw you on to a football field, you going to do well? If I just dropped you in the middle of an NFL football game, you going to do well? No. If I just implanted you right into an operating room where they're performing open heart surgery, are you going to be able to save that person? Are you going to do well? Are you going to be a good surgeon? What if I just dropped you into a courtroom on a murder trial and you're defending your client that says they're innocent and they didn't do it? Are you going to get that person off the hook? So why the hell would you think you're going to open up a trading account and think that you're going to succeed without getting any education or training whatsoever? I don't get it. Like, yes, Jessica, your son should be damn proud because he has the advantage and is fortunate enough to have a mother like you that is there to help him and guide him in the right direction and to teach him information that could actually be useful and benefit his life, not the difference between, okay, an equilateral triangle, all right, and an obtuse triangle. When the hell is he ever going to use that? Never. But understanding support and resistance levels, understanding, okay, how stocks move in correlation with other things going on in the world, that is going to make him money. That is going to better his life. That's what TTG is all about, folks. That's what I mean by getting yourself an actual professional education. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta take like a Halls or something. All right. So let's get down to the stock market recap of the day. All right. For this, we're going to share my screen again. All right. So let's talk about what happened today. Let's kind of recap the day. We had an interesting day today. We had all-time highs all across the board. So let's get down to it. Okay. All markets, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ, all climbed to new highs today. The Dow and the S&P reaching new record highs. Okay. NASDAQ, new highs. Volume is still nothing to write home about. Okay. Volume was a little bit higher today. We also did finish red. All right. The SPY finished red. The NASDAQ finished red. You still had your Dow components hold the Dow up. All right. And you had the Russell actually, which actually was leading the way today. It was actually one of the stronger indexes. Bank earnings did exactly what they thought they would and pulled everything higher. Goldman Sachs, blowout. JP Morgan, a good quarter as well. Okay. But it was financials, energy, healthcare, materials, your main Dow components that took the lead early on, and all three weathering the afternoon sell-off better than the others did in the market. The Dow held up the best later in the afternoon. Later in the afternoon, we got a little bit of a pullback after the Fed released their beige book. I'll talk to you guys about the beige book in a second and why that was relevant. The EIA reported a third straight weekly decline in U.S. crude supplies, resulting in the highest finish for oil since mid-March. A lot of people asked me over the last 1 or 2 weeks if I was still bullish on oil. Yes, I still am bullish on oil. Okay, yes, oil had a pullback over the last couple of weeks. Things don't go up in straight lines. I'm still bullish on oil. I said in December of 2020 that my top pick for my top sector pick for 2021 was the energy sector. So far, that's been a damn good call. Energy and financials have led the way so far in 2021. I still remain bullish on oil as the economy opens back up and we get into the back end of the summer and you get to Q3, Q4. I think you can see oil up into the 70s. All right, so I still do remain bullish on oil. All right, you had the Coinbase IPO hype. We'll talk about that in a little bit more detail in just a minute. And then the beige book played a huge role in this afternoon session as the broader markets erased those early gains. Let's talk about that. Okay. Beige book. What is the beige book? Okay, so guys, basically in a nutshell, the beige book is, think of it as, it's not a literal definition, but it's not literal, but think of it this way. A notebook that the Federal Reserve members keep when they go to their meetings. So when the Federal Reserve meets and they all discuss different topics, they vote on certain things, there's notes from these meetings. That is the beige book. The beige book was released today. Okay, so some of the things that were talked about in the beige book says that the economy accelerated, but it actually was not as crazy as a lot of people were originally thinking. You had employment growth, you had increased consumer spending, all of the things that everybody kind of already anticipated, and this is nothing really new. This is stuff that the Fed kind of discussed at their last meeting when they announced their last rate cut, or a rate decision, I should say, which was no change on their rates. And the markets have kind of interpreted the strength as a potential sign for inflation to start to creep up. This is what I've kind of been talking about for the last couple of days. You've had PPI data, CPI data that have all come in higher than expected. Those are signs of inflation. Okay. And there was also some of that in the beige book today. There was some language in the beige book. There were a couple of points in the beige book that did also kind of hint towards inflation. You know, prices are going up. Are companies going to be able to pass those prices on to the consumer, or is this something that's going to hurt a company's profit? Okay. Guys, you guys can all download this, by the way, just so you guys are aware. There's a link in the description where you guys can actually download this PDF. Okay, if you guys want to download it for later. But again, Powell reiterated that even if they do get inflation, and this is the big thing, this is the thing that continues to hold this market higher. Okay, this is the thing that holds markets higher. Fed Chairman Powell continues to say that he thinks that there's going to be a brief period of higher inflation. That's it. A brief period. Doesn't think it's going to run hot. Says that they're not raising rates anytime soon until the crisis is completely over with and employment is back. And that's what continues to hold these markets up, because even if the markets see inflation, Powell is recognizing the inflation and saying, yeah, I'm not worried about it though. That's not going to make me raise rates. That's why the markets continue to stay up here. Okay. Powell's discussion, he outlined the three-part test that would need to pass before raising rates. Recovery in the labor market. We still are out over 8 million jobs. Fed Chairman Powell wants to see that number decline drastically. you're talking about maybe $1 million job months can maybe make them start to move earlier. You do have initial jobless claims that are also coming out tomorrow, so you're going to want to pay attention to that. Inflation has to go over 2%, okay, over 2% in order for him to start to think about raising rates. All right, but overall, he reiterated that nothing about the economy itself right now is going to make him change his tune on keeping rates where they are, which is zero for the foreseeable future. And that's why the markets have just been floating up here at these all-time highs. Okay, so what would make him kind of act sooner? Like I said, if you start to see job numbers, it's actually kind of crazy because you might start to see, as we go deeper into the year, you might see volatility pick up if you start to see really good jobs numbers. The markets might actually go down if you have really good job numbers. And I know that might sound weird because you're like, well, how does that make sense? If more people are getting jobs, isn't that good for the economy? Shouldn't the stock market go up? Normally, yes. In COVID world, no. Because the faster we get back, okay, the faster that unemployment goes down, the faster people get back to work, the faster inflation could be here, or the faster inflation's already here. The faster inflation will rise. That could force the hand of the Fed. So if you have, let's say, 3 or 4 consecutive jobs numbers of 1 million new jobs, the market could actually go down. The markets could actually go down on that. Okay? So let's go on. All right, the Coinbase IPO. This was a huge thing about today. Everybody asked me, what am I doing about the Coinbase IPO? Are you buying it? Are you buying it? Are you buying it? No, 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 and no, 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 and no. Okay. Everybody would ask me if I was buying the Coinbase IPO. I told everybody, no, I was not. In my long-term portfolio, I mean, I was going to look to try to trade it. I wanted to trade it if it gave us an opportunity, but I wasn't actually I was actually doing one-on-ones with members when they actually opened for trade. Took them all day to get that first trade open. But by the time they opened up the first trade, I wasn't like at my desk ready to go. And as soon as it opened, it just shot up from 381 up to 429. And then it just got crushed the whole entire rest of the day. So I told everybody, I'm not adding this thing in my long-term portfolio. I have no intention on adding it in my long-term portfolio anytime soon. I don't add new IPOs in my long-term portfolio ever. I always wait at least 1 or 2 quarters for the company to actually, put out some earnings numbers and give guidance and everything before I decide to stash it in my long-term portfolio and let them kind of work themselves through the initial volatility of just going public and go through what's called price discovery. So initially, guys, this was referenced at $250 a share. It ended up opening at 381, shot all the way up to 429. Okay. This was a direct listing. I want to just take a brief moment and explain to you guys the difference between direct listing and an IPO. They are not the same. Okay. They are not the same. It's a completely different process that a company goes through when they do an IPO versus a direct listing. In an IPO, the company is actually creating new shares. And then an underwriter is involved, like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley. They will underwrite the deal. The company creates the new shares. The underwriters, will then match those shares and sell them to their clients. Okay. And usually the underwriter is supposed to provide support for the deal. Okay, the underwriter provides support for the deal. They will guarantee the sale of a specific number of shares at the initial IPO price, and then will also step into the open market and buy excess at that price. One of the biggest examples of this is actually the Facebook IPO. Now, I don't know how many people here were involved in the markets when Facebook went public, but I believe it was $45. I believe the number was $45, if I'm not mistaken. I was very young at this time. But Facebook did, right before the IPO, they did another round of funding and created another lot of shares at a higher price. To this day, some people on Wall Street say it was one of the biggest pump and dumps of all time, because right before the IPO, they issued these new shares. And then all these shares just kind of came into the market. But you had the underwriter of the deal, which I don't remember who it was. I don't remember if it was JP Morgan or Morgan Stanley, or I don't remember which bank it was. But I, to this day, have never seen a stock trade like this before. Facebook was getting crushed off of its IPO, and it went down to that IPO price of, I think it was $45. And when it got there, never in my life have I seen a stock sit at one price exactly to the penny, 45.00. And again, don't quote me on 45. I don't remember if it was 45 or a different whole dollar, but it was the whole dollar. So let's say 45.00. And it sat there and did not move a penny in either direction, and just sucked in thousands and thousands and thousands of shares. It was the craziest thing that I have ever seen. Okay. Just literally just imagine tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of shares are just being sold into 45, and the underwriter is sitting there buying them until eventually the underwriter said, I can't buy anymore. And they stepped away. And as soon as that bid stepped away, it was a waterfall of a flush. And then Facebook went all the way down to like the teens. I think Facebook went down to like $18, if I'm not mistaken, at the lows before it eventually turned around. Okay. Now, when you do an IPO, you have the support of the underwriter. Okay. A direct offer, but you pay a lot of fees to those underwriters and the banks for taking you through this IPO process. It's a lot more expensive for the company to do. They take a percentage of the amount of money that's raised by the company. In a direct listing, which is what Coinbase did, they may not have the resources to pay for underwriters, or maybe they just don't want to, and they don't want to dilute its existing shares by creating new ones, or they may want to avoid lockup agreements. In traditional IPOs, the shares that will sometimes be offered will have lockup agreements where you can't sell within a certain period of time if you're like an insider within the company. Okay, the direct listing avoids that. So it's the existing investors, promoters, and any employees that are holding shares of the company can directly sell their shares to the public. Okay, these are not new shares that are being created. So today, when Coinbase opened, it was all of Coinbase's investors over the last 10 years. Okay, it was Coinbase employees, and it was the promoters that would work on the direct listing. Those are your three groups of people, and insiders and board members. Those are your groups of people that own shares of Coinbase. On a direct listing, those are the shares that are coming to the market, and you do not have the support of an underwriter. Okay. And you guys saw what happened with Coinbase here today. Coinbase today got absolutely destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. All right, I'll take you guys over to, I'll show you the chart real quick. Okay, so there's Coinbase. So it opened up. Everyone's like, oh my God, I love Coinbase. I love Coinbase. I love Coinbase. And then all of a sudden, all the people that own shares are like, oh my God, it's payday. It's payday. It's payday. It's payday. Data needs a new pair of shoes. And there's just no bid for it. It's just, there's no underwriter that's trying to put order flow through to match, and you get this very volatile type of trading action. Okay. Now, this doesn't mean that Coinbase is a bad stock to buy or invest in, but this is just the reason why you guys will never see me put a brand new IPO or direct listing or whatever in my long-term portfolio the day they go public. You'll never, ever, ever, ever in my entire life ever see me do that. Okay. I like to wait at least 1 or 2 quarters, let the company, let's go through some price discovery. Like where's the true market for Coinbase? We don't know. Today was all hype and momentum and volatility. But where's the true value? Like where are institutions going to step in and say, okay, I want to own Coinbase at this level? Where are the other shares that are out there? Where are they going to look to be sold? Like it's too soon to tell. All right, let me go back. All right, now what's next? Do I plan to trade coin? Yes, I do. I plan to trade it, but I'm not investing in it yet. Doesn't mean I won't. Just means I'm not looking to invest in it yet. What's coming up next? More banks report earnings. Tomorrow's Bank of America, Unity Bancorp, US Bancorp, Citigroup, and a couple others. Friday is Ally, Bank of New York Mellon, Citizens, PNC, and Morgan Stanley. All right. You've had so far so good earnings from the banks that have reported. I don't see that changing going forward. Okay. I think you'll see better performance out of the companies that have strong trade desks, like Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs crushed it with their trade desk. They made like $7.6 billion on their fixed income and on their equities desk combined. So they had a great quarter. Goldman Sachs they're phenomenal traders. They're so good. So any early uncertainty in consumer discretionaries, you had Bed Bath & Beyond actually reported earnings today below estimates, which was a party pooper. All right, but more importantly, what we discussed earlier in the week was that the guidance could play a big role, and it did for Bed Bath & Beyond. It reaffirmed this 2021 guidance, which was below estimates. Okay, so that's the thing. You're going to want to pay attention to guidance. Similar situation happened with JP Morgan with guidance. That's why JP Morgan didn't trade as strongly as some of the other banks because of a guidance concern, okay, or lack thereof, I really should say. Other consumer good companies reporting this week. Pepsi is going to be a big one, PPG Industries, and then you have Delta Airlines as well. All right. I think Pepsi is going to be a good one. I think Pepsi is going to be a good gauge on the consumer. All right. Could shed more light on the state of the consumer and the overall economy once those companies put their numbers out. Then, like I said, initial jobless claims and retail sales are coming out tomorrow before the open, and then you have housing starts on Friday. All right. I do think that the jobless claims and the retail sales, I think those numbers are going to be good. And I wonder what that does to the overall market. The overall market may be in a place right now where if the economy doesn't do well, the market might go higher because I know that the Federal Reserve is going to be there. But if the market might get to a point where if the economy does too well, the markets are going to go down, because that means that if the economies do too well too fast, the Federal Reserve will take their safety net away, and then that's when markets will start to pull themselves back in. All right. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. These are some important numbers coming out. All right. Initial jobless claims and retail sales. These are big numbers for the overall markets, guys. You're going to want to be paying attention to next week. Are small caps starting to heat back up? No. All right. Small caps are still dead. Okay. You did have better action in the Russell 2000. Okay. You did have better action today in the Russell 2000, but for all intents of active trading purposes, the small cap market still remains very, very quiet while we go through this period. Follow through is very hard to come by. Okay. Follow through is very hard to come by. Take your profits if you're trading small caps. Do not hold on to these stocks and think you're going to get these massive short squeeze runs. We have not had them lately. Do not get caught holding the bag on small caps. This is the typical environment where people get caught holding the bag because they see, oh my God, the stock gap's up. It's got a press release. They buy it. It starts to go down. They hold it. It goes down more. They're like, oh my God, I'm down so much. I can't sell it now. I'll sell it later. Maybe it bounces. It goes down more. And all of a sudden, what was supposed to be a quick trade turns into a 3-year investment, and they're down 72%. Okay. Do not get caught holding the bag on small caps right now. They are not worth it. All right. All right, guys. So you guys, this is something that we do on a daily basis. Okay, this is something that we're going to be doing for you guys daily to add value to these live streams. I think it's actually really important for you to understand what's going on in the markets, understand what's coming up, understand the catalysts that are moving markets, that are affecting price action, because the more informed you are and the more educated you are, the better grasp you're going to have on price action. It's going to help you identify opportunities in the markets. So guys, this entire presentation is available for you to download as a PDF. Okay, you can go in the description below and click on that link, and you guys will be able to download this PDF to keep for your records. All right. All right, so that just finishes that. Now, what I want to do here now is talk to you guys about a new swing trade. Okay, so I did enter a new swing trade here today. All right, so let's take things over. What I want to do now is I want to take things over to the charts. I'm going to walk you guys through. I'm going to walk you guys through my new swing trade. And before we go through that, or in order to do that, well, you know what we've got to do. We've got to take it to the charts. All right, folks. I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. Okay. I have gone after SPY put options, embarrassingly enough, for the last couple of days. Okay. I have lost money on SPY put options now for the last 3 days. Okay. And then I went after them, but I went after them today, and now I'm starting to, was able to pull some profit out today, but I'm still in this trade. I have, and I want to make something very clear, and I want to talk to you guys because I don't, even though I've gone after this trade a couple of times, I don't feel like I've been revenge trading this. I genuinely see setups that to me make sense for the market to go down. Now there's been good setups. There's been good opportunities. There's been good risk reward on the short side on some of the setups that I was going after, but the market just kept churning higher. And I kept just, okay, I'm going to stop out. I'm not going to hold this. I'm going to stop out. I'm going to stick to my risk. I'm going to get out, take my loss and move on. Now, fortunately enough, I've had some other really good trades mixed in the last couple of days. Like yesterday with the Roblox trade, was able to make up for money that I lost trading the SPY, so it's like I've been able to profit in other places. I'm not happy, obviously, about losing money in the SPY the last couple of days, but I mean, I went after it a handful of times and it got me. I went after, I'll show you guys the different places that I tried shorting the SPY. I tried shorting the SPY right there, okay, yesterday. And I got let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more clearly. Okay. And I got stopped out right there. Then I also shorted the SPY right there by means of put options. And I got stopped out right there. And then I also shorted, I believe it was right there. Okay. On the SPY. And then I got stopped out right there. So it's literally been the last 3 days, I've tried to go after these SPY put options and just to no prevail. And I've just gotten run over as the market has continued to just float its way higher, like 14 green days in a row, which I don't think has happened since the 1970s. Okay. I don't think you've seen 14 green candles in a row since the 1970s. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how long it's been. So, I've been looking for a pullback in the markets, and what I was doing was I went after put options in the SPY because of inflation data. We got CPI data came back, higher than expected, which is consumer price index. PPI data, okay, came back. PPI data came in higher than expected. All those two pieces of data are signals of inflation. And over the last couple of days, that's kind of been the core thesis behind my trade is like, okay, If inflation is here and the data is telling us it's here, shouldn't the markets be worried that the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates sooner if inflation is here? So I started to go after this trade and it just wasn't ready. And I still don't know if it's ready. That's why I took profits off today. When I had the profit, I took it and I'm going to protect myself. And if I'm right and the trade finally does trigger, great. It'll be a home run if it triggers. I'll probably make 100 to 150% on this trade if I'm right. But if I'm not, I'm going to sit here and I got downside today. I took profits off the table. Let's talk about the bigger picture setup. I want to take you guys to a 5-minute chart real quick. I want to take it to a 5-minute chart, and I want to show you that I have a technical setup, and I also have a fundamental catalyst that coincides with technical setup, which is the whole reason why I entered this trade for a swing. The technical setup here is a couple of things. First thing I want to show you is this trend line. This trend line is, I'm going to go to a 15-minute chart just so you can see it even more clearly. This trend line is solid as a rock. Look at this trend line on the SPY. This is called a bump and go. All right. This is called a bump and go pattern or a touch and go pattern. Okay. It's when you have a clear trend line in place, and every time it gets to that level, boom, pops off of it, gets back to a level, boom, pops off it, gets back to that level, boom, pops off. It's touch and go. Okay. I've been seeing this set up here for the last couple of days, and today it finally cracked. Today it finally cracked. The other thing that I saw, and for this, I'm going to take you to a 5-minute chart because it's more clear to see on a 5-minute chart, a head and shoulders pattern. There was my left shoulder. There's my head. There's my right shoulder. There's my neckline. Okay. So now I've got a head and shoulders pattern. And what do we know about head and shoulders? Head and shoulder patterns will form at the top of what? Uptrends. So here's your solid uptrend. Here's your head and shoulders. There's your break of the neckline of the head and shoulders. And there's the break of the uptrend support line. So I've got a very technical setup here that sets me up for this put option swing trade. Okay. I've got a chart set up that tells me I think this market's going lower. Okay. Based on the technicals. Now, what else happened today, though? That gives me a fundamental catalyst. And that, ladies and gentlemen, occurred right there. And that was the announcement of the Fed Beige Book. And when the Fed Beige Book came out, the markets dropped 2 points like that. 2 points just like that. But you know what else happened? Look at this trend line. So remember this trend line that I just showed you? Well, let's zoom in. What do you guys see here? We broke beneath the trend line, and then it became resistance. And then the Fed Beige Book came out and took us lower. This is why I entered SPY put options. This is why I entered SPY put options. So literally right there, I bought the 412 strike, April 23rd expiration put option at $3.24 a contract. Okay. As you can see, we got some downside. We got downside later in the day, and I did peel profits off the table. Okay. I was able to take profits off, or I did take a little piece off at around 390. There was some over there in the 380s or 360s. You know, I was just like sitting there saying, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to let myself, because this is where the mental game comes into play. And I thought about this, and it's, well, I've lost on this trade 3 times. Okay. Full loss. So a full position loss. I'm not going to say to myself, well, I've got to make all that back now on this one trade. No. Yes, it's the same vehicle, totally different trade. You can't look at it like that. You can't look at it and say, oh, well, I'm not going to take profit. I'm going to hold on to this. We're going to swing for the fences because I've got to make up the money that I lost on those previous times that I went after the trade. No, I made those trades. They're in the past. I lost money. So be it. I made money in other trades. This is a brand new trade. And I'm not going to deviate away from my risk management and away from my game plan just because for some whatever reason to feel like I've got to go and make back all the money that I lost previously. Hold on one second, guys. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. And, like I'm being fully transparent with you guys. I'm sitting here telling you guys in front of over 1,000 people, and I'm talking to you about me getting run over trying to go after SPY put options on this thing for the last couple of days. I'm going to be as real with you guys as anybody ever will. I make losing trades, I'll tell you about them. I make winning trades, great, I'll tell you about them. But guess what? Win or lose, there's going to be something we can learn from each and every single one of them. And now this is a new swing trade that I have put on, and this is my reasoning behind it. I want you guys to understand my thought process. There might be some people in here that want to take the trade with me. There might be some people in here that are already in the trade with me. Okay? But I keep my risk management in place. So even though I went after this trade and I lost some money on it, I kept my risk management in place. And that's how I'm able to come after and take another shot. And I'll tell you what, if this market does what I think it's going to do, I'll make all that money back on this one trade. Because when I'm making losing trades, I'm sticking to my risk. Okay, now there was one of these trades on the SPY. I did lose a little bit more than I would have liked to. Because I did actually add to my position and ended up going higher again. I finally stopped out of it. So I did lose a little bit more. But for all intents and purposes, guys, I'm sticking to my risk management. I'm not just sitting there saying, this doesn't make sense to me. The market's going up. Screw it. I'm just going to hold. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, okay, if the market's going to go higher, I'm going to stop out at my stop loss. I'm going to take my loss. I'm going to move on. You've got to stick to your stop loss. You can't allow yourself to just get bulldozered on one losing trade. You can't allow yourself to just get crushed like that and wipe out a week of profit, because you're not going to be able to make a trade like this and come right back after it. You've got to stick to your stop loss. Sticking to your stop loss when you're wrong is what will enable you to come back and go after the trade if it sets itself back up. This is what makes you a real trader, guys. It's not getting caught up in the emotions. It's not me saying to myself, oh, well, I think that the SPY is going to roll down tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Let me go ahead and just hold on to my entire position because I have to make all that money back. That's not what I'm saying to myself. I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm going to take some profit off the table. My first target is reached. Great. I'm going to take profit. I'm going to sit here, make it more comfortable for me to hold on to this position and see if I get the move that I actually think the markets are going to make. Maybe my timing was just a little off and I paid for my timing being off. But now we got to wait and see what happens in the days to come. But that's what being a real trader is all about. It's about managing your risk, taking your losses, owning your losses, and moving on and staying within your risk tolerance and your risk threshold every single time when you enter that trade, and not ever saying to yourself, oh, well, you know what? The hell with it. I'm just going to hold it. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to hold it. Or I'm so frustrated. You know what? Screw it. YOLO. No. This is what I teach all my TTG members. I teach them all risk management. I teach them how to be a real trader, how to deal with losing trades. This is all part of learning how to fish, guys. You can't just jump in here and just think you're going to just start, buying Lambos and mansions. You got to learn how to take the punches, because believe me, when you start to trade, you're going to get punched. You want to become a boxer, you're going to get punched. You want to become a football player, you're going to get hit. You want to become a trader, you're going to make losing trades. It's inevitable. You're going to get hit. But when you do get hit, you want the best in your corner. And that's what the TTG fam is all about. All right. So again, guys, I am in the $412 strike, April 23rd expiration put option from $3.24. I've already taken profits off the table. Okay, I've already taken profits off the table. Let me actually, where's my, I want to pull back up my account so I can just tell you guys the pricing on them. I got some off at $3.90, and I'll tell you the other execution. Here's my other execution. Just want to give you guys the exact pricing of the executions. $3.89. So we got $3.89 and $3.70. Okay, so $3.89 and $3.70. Okay, so I bought them at $3.24. I took some off at $3.70, and I got some off at $3.89. Okay, and I'm still in this position, looking for further downside in the days to come. All right, my stop loss will probably be over 413. Over 413 is going to be my stop loss. Okay. So there you have it, folks. There is the new swing trade that I have entered here now today. All right. Now I've got something actually really fun and exciting that we're going to be doing here. And for this, I'm going to bring on Adam, or who we call Shug in the TTG world. No. Come on, guys. All right, guys, hold on one second. I think I'm going to do it. Bear with me one second, guys. All right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. All right. I'm going to take a sip of tea real quick because my throat's killing me. All right, guys. So I want to take a minute and explain to you guys all what our TTG Apprentice Program that we have recently launched in True Trading Group. This is something that we have recently added. Okay. At True Trading Group, we've got 6 different moderators that focus on different styles of trading. You have option traders, stock traders, day traders, swing traders, high volatility, low volatility, you name it. There's something in True Trading Group for everybody. We take great pride and great care when we hire our trading moderators. We don't just put a job list on Craigslist or Monster. We choose our moderators from within our group. Okay. And as we grow as a community, we will need more trading moderators. There is no better place to find these mods than within the TTG fam itself. These are going to be traders that I know have a professional education, because it's the same education that is provided on True Trading Group, which is the same education that I was taught when I was working at the fund when I first graduated college. Shug and myself have created a TTG Apprentice Program for this exact need. And starting tomorrow, any TTG member that is TTG certified, what that means for those that don't know is every course that's on the website, there's a quiz or an exam at the end of it. If you score an 85 or higher on the exam, you get a badge for that course. Earn every badge on every course. That is how you become TTG certified. It basically means you've completed the entire curriculum. You get a green check mark now next to your name in chat. Lets other members know that you now know what you're talking about and your opinion carries weight. Okay, so starting tomorrow, any TTG member that is TTG certified, has been a member for more than 6 months, and has at least completed one private study group or one-on-one mentor session with a moderator, will be eligible to apply for our apprentice program. We will only be taking a small amount of apprentices per year, like 2 to 4 max. As a TTG apprentice, you will participate in a 6-month program where you will assist me on live streams. You will sit in and assist other moderators during one-on-one mentor sessions. You will sit in and assist other moderators in the Lifetime Lounge. And you will have access to the private TTG moderator chat. At the end of the 6 months, assuming all goes well, the TTG apprentice will be offered a 1-year paid contract with bonuses to become a TTG moderator. TTG is lacking, guys, because all of the TTG mods are men. Okay, all of our TTG mods are men. All of our trading mods. I love my boys, but we need to have some successful women traders and leaders in the TTG fam, and this is something that's extremely important to us. So we have actually handpicked our first TTG apprentice, and I am confident our eventual first female trading moderator. You all know her very well if you've been on my live streams for quite a while. Everybody give a big, warm congratulations and welcome to the official first TTG apprentice, Miss Judy Leone.
Heyo!
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 What's up, Judy? How are you?
I'm great. How you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I feel totally fine. My throat is just sore. Like I'm not sick. I feel totally fine. Everyone, when I told people my throat was bothering me, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Mike, are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
My throat hurts. I think I talk too much. I think I don't know, but because my throat's been hurting me a little bit. Who's the furry friend we've got?
Oh, this is Buddy. He was barking a lot, so I didn't want him to disrupt us. So I just
What a little sexy man.
He's
Look at his little bandana. Look at that little bandana. That's awesome. Well, Judy, listen, I gotta tell you, ever since you came on the live stream, ever since you came on the live stream a while ago, to talk about how you started out with the small account and you worked your way up to the point where you got out of PDT rule and you and I made a bet together on our first one-on-one. Yeah. I am still going to hold up. Don't worry. It's coming.
I'm not worried.
It's coming. I got to ship it down. I got to ship it back down there. But ever since then, a lot of people have reached out to you. A lot of people were asking you questions. A lot of people were asking me about Judy and how did Judy do this and how did Judy do that? Let's talk maybe for those people that don't know you. Give me a couple of minutes just to kind of talk about yourself, like what you've been able to accomplish since joining is amazing. And it's an example of what's possible when you actually put in some effort. So if you don't mind, just for like a quick couple of minutes, just kind of give an introduction on like your story, how you got started with True Trading Group, and like your process and where you now are today.
Okay. So it was about a year ago in May. I started paper trading with True Trading Group. Very beginning, I started on a TTG Tuesday, where they used to let you go onto their trading chat room. You guys know, if you're on the live stream, you know about the trading chat room.
Yep.
So I had zero clue about trading. I mean, I like bought and sold crypto before, and I had used like Forex AI, but I've never really executed trades before, I think it'd be okay. And so I saw Mike on Facebook, and he he invited, he invited me, but he invited everyone into TTG Tuesday. So I did like two of them. And then I decided to join. I think the best thing for me was that I knew nothing. So it was just really much easier for me to follow the rules, because I didn't know like anything Mike said, I just did. So I was like, all right. Then I started to know a few things, a little bit. And then I was like, then I started making mistakes because I was thinking I knew, oh, I can do this, and then I would lose and bag hold a little, things like that. But then if you stay plugged into the system, watch the live streams and redo the courses, which I had to do a few times, and I still do the courses. I still listen to Mike's voices throughout my house, sometimes on Bluetooth. So, not kidding. So, I just, honestly, the more I started to know, the less I started to know. So I just always went back to reinforcing the education, just doing the courses. And then once I built my account up to a certain amount, I decided to open two accounts and go back and forth from a margin to the cash and, all the tricks. I mean, I got PDD flagged like 3 times in 4 weeks, not even, and just as I was crossing over the rule, I like broke it that one last time. I was like, all right, well, it is what it is. I'm going to get another flag. I'm going to be on the phone with TD Ameritrade for another hour, and they're gonna, but this time, I don't know, it's going to be different because I'm going to get out of it. So that's how like kind of earned all of the flags to get out of it also. So you got to use those flags. You get 3 a year. So technically it means you can do it 4 times. So you have to sell and not to stay in under PDT rule. Like you can't hold the stocks just because you're going to get a flag, which could be detrimental to your account. So just things like that. I did get, I don't want to say the word lucky, but I did get lucky a few times with that Kodak trade was amazing. And I don't want to say I got lucky. I think it was a matter of just doing the right thing over and over again and putting myself in a position to have that happen. Because it was like the first day I was using hotkeys and I was on the phone. I was on the, not the phone, I was on the, yeah, it was a phone, but they like Zoom and they take over your computer with Thinkorswim that morning, and we practiced hotkeys. And then I did that Kodak trade and I couldn't get out of it. And so, but because I did learn the hotkeys and do all that, I put myself in a position and I got really lucky with that one. That was awesome. So that brought my account up a couple $1,000s. That was like my first 4-figure day. I was all excited. And then I got with SPY puts one day from a tweet because of Benzinga. So, I probably would have, if it wasn't for Benzinga, I think I was in calls and then that happened and I immediately sold and then bought puts like in 30 seconds and was just like, that was such a great trade for me too. That brought me up over 5 figures, like for my count total, not 5-figure day. I haven't had my first 5-figure day yet, but I'm not a very big, like I don't like trade a lot of my account. I just like to have it at that level so I'm out of PDT. but I'm trying to grow that up slower because I want to make it, like you say, an income. But yeah, I'm really excited and super humbled, and thank you
Yeah,
so much.
and
I'm so
yeah, but that's because you're not trading with like your whole account because you employ proper risk management.
oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
not going to just
Absolutely.
YOLO an account or YOLO your account into a trade. And what, if you don't mind sharing with the people that are here, what did you start with? Because now you said you've gotten yourself out of PDT rule. So if you're over $25,000, and what did you start with?
So I started with like 675, and then I lost a little because of something unfortunate. And then nothing to do with trading. And then I had added another 1,000. It was somewhere like between 14 and 1,500. I can't remember
Okay.
exactly because then I transferred from E-Trade, and it was just something around there. I don't know the exact number, but it was in that area. And then once I got to over 2,000, I opened up 2 accounts, cash and margin, so that I could kind of,
So you
skip
have
rope my way.
just so everybody understands, you started with, call it $1,500,
Yeah, so I don't know what. Yes, let's call it 1,500.
and you've taken that $1,500 now to where it's over $25,000.
Oh yeah, it's like 42.
Yes,
That's at 42,000. Yeah.
yes, Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh yeah, 25. That's so yesterday's
Yeah.
news. I'm at
Well,
42, man.
Yeah. Now I'm starting to like move some that are like longer holds over. I'm like, I'm strategizing. I'm getting to the next level because of everything you taught me. I know that I'm not supposed to have anything that's long term in there, but I got to do what I got to do. I promise I don't look at it. I don't care. That's a part doesn't bother me anymore. I have to be out of PDT. It was my mission, so
I love it. I
yeah. I mean, it
absolutely
will
love it.
fluctuate a little. That's fine. I don't care. I'm comfortable that it's not going to go back under.
Yeah, for sure. How long did it take
trade
you?
huge.
How long did it take you to get out of PDT? Like how? Because I know the day because you actually messaged me the day.
So I started paper trading in June for about 6 weeks or so. So figure like July, and then in January I got out of it. January 10th was the live stream that I was on right before I got out of it. So it was like the end of January. I know it's
Yeah.
in my phone. I have a picture, but it was like, I do. I'm not kidding.
So you have gone from 1,500 to 42,000 in less than a year.
Yeah, and sometimes I had to like take a little out to pay bills.
Oh, so it's really more than that then.
Yeah, a little more.
Oh,
But then I figured out just a
little.
Not a whole lot, because then I was like figuring other stuff out. But yeah, yeah.
That's
Once
awesome.
or twice I had to do that.
Oh, that is so awesome. So yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not really 42 anymore. I mean, it's more than that. You might be 42 is in there now, but you've already taken money out and you've paid some bills, or went shopping or did something else with it. But that's still your trading profits. One day we'll take some. We got to go to a Yankee game too. We got to do that.
Yes, we are. That's why I'm kind of worried about the October Vegas thing, because we might have to go to the World Series.
Believe me, we will fly there for the game and fly right back. Okay. We'll fly to the game and fly right back. I'm not worried about that at all.
We're chartering it. Awesome. Adam will get a jet for us. I know.
Yes, Adam will get the jet. It's already getting gassed up. Adam's ready.
He'll get an electric one.
Adam just sent me a message. He goes 1,000,000%. I'm on it.
I can see it.
Oh, right, yeah, you can see the message.
I know. The whole time I thought he was talking to me in the beginning. I was like, what do I do? I didn't know what he was talking about. I don't know how you read all these names. You're so awesome. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
You are really, guys, whoever's watching this stream, like, this guy is just going to work for you. He's treating each and every one of you so special. I mean, everybody should just, you really need to thank Mike and Adam and all of TTG. But Mike is just, he just makes everybody feel so special and great. You guys
Thank
should
you.
appreciate him. And go Yankees. Yeah, I see the go Yankees. I
Yes,
see
go
that
Yankees.
one.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, Judy, I'm so, I mean, when Adam and I were talking, we're like, yeah, man, Judy. Like it wasn't even like a discussion. It was like, yeah, Judy, you know. We've got,
Aw, I'm gonna cry.
we have ideas too. I'm not going to give any hints away, but we have a really good idea of who our second TTG apprentice is going to be. I actually saw somebody on the live stream actually commented who the next person that they think it should be. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. But we know who the next person's going to be, and we'll be talking to that person here pretty soon. But I'll leave it at that. But Judy, I'm so happy for you, and you know, I still remember exactly where I was standing when you and I had our one-on-one, and we were talking through everything, and you gave me your story, and we talked through a bunch of different topics, and then when you and I made that bet together for you to get out of PDT rule, I still remember exactly where I was. I can't believe that we're less than a year from there, and your account's, you know, over $40,000 from that day. It's absolutely incredible. You know, a lot of members look up to you. It's an honor having you part of the group. I'm so proud of you, but your journey is just beginning. Your journey is
Absolutely.
just beginning. Like you said, you're getting ready to level up. You're getting ready to take things to the next level. This is now, you're going to encounter different things throughout the way. Now you're going to be dealing with, you know, how to increase your risk and your position size properly, how to manage that new risk that you may not be used to, because at some point you've got to grow.
Yep.
As your account
Right.
grows, you grow, your risk grows, and those are going to be a whole another slew of things that we're going to be able to talk about and you know, be able to be there with you doing your growth. And I hope you're excited to be
I'm
the first
so excited. You have no idea. I'm
TTG apprentice.
nervous, you know. I'm pretty nervous, but it's exciting. It's exciting kind of nervous, you know. It makes me have to step up to the plate, and I like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you could have never told me this a year ago, that you just couldn't never have told me that. I do like to dream and think big and believe in stuff, but I would have been like, no, I would have laughed. But, you know, anything is possible.
It's
Anything
exciting.
that you put your mind to, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm on cloud nine. Like since Adam, he always I feel like he has a monitor on, like, when Judy needs to color her hair or whatever, and then he tells me 20 minutes that I'm going on a live stream, you know. He's like, I'm like, "Oh, I'm in Ulta right now. I gotta go to Home Depot." I just skipped Home Depot because Ulta is more important, and I just ran home, and I was like, "Oh my God, I gotta figure this out." So,
It's awesome. Well,
but thank you. I'm so,
it's a lot of
yeah.
fun. I mean, you know, getting to really know a lot of the members too. I mean, like it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. It also helps you become a better trader as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited to be there with you through the apprentice process and be there with the rest of the moderators. And it's going to be a really cool and exciting next 6 months. So welcome, Judy, and congratulations. All right.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
All right. Well, tell your furry friend that we all say hello. TTG says hello. And I'll see you in chat tomorrow.
Thank you. See you in chat.
All
Bye,
right.
guys.
Bye, Judy. Good night. Awesome, guys. So there you have it. Our first TTG apprentice. It is official. All right. It is official. Our first TTG apprentice, Judy Leone, someone who first started out trading not knowing a single thing. Did not know a single thing. Started with $1,500, has that account sitting at $42,000. All right, so she will be our first apprentice and hopefully our first female trading moderator. if all things go well over the next 6 months. All right. So we're going to be doing more of this in the coming days. All right. And we'll share with you guys kind of some updates on the apprentice program as we go through and who our next apprentice will be. All right. So for tonight, let's talk about some stimulus real quick. Okay. Let's talk about some stimulus. The TTG Stimmy, we give $100 to 5 different TTG members every day, every weekday. And for tonight, all of my TTG members that are going to participate in the stimulus, you guys can head on over to the main trading chat room. Okay. You guys can head on over to the main trading chat room. More info on the TTG stimulus. Okay. Adam's going to share with you in the main trading chat room right now. And then the stimulus will start immediately following this live stream. All right. So guys, listen up. It's our goal and the entire TTG team's goal to make sure that you as our viewers find value and really learn something and really get something out of each and every single one of these live streams. So I want to know if you did. So type the number 1 in chat right now. If either you're a member, you're not a member, you're a first-time viewer, a long-time viewer, but if you got value out of the live stream so far, I want you guys to let me know. Go ahead and type the number 1 in chat. Here we go. Look at all those number 1s. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Look at those number 1s. I love it, guys. I love it. Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent. Great. Guys, listen up. Yes, TTG is a premium platform. Okay. Yes, that means it does cost money. In a minute, I'll explain to you how much and what you get with a membership. But first, for anyone whose interest was piqued, I want to first let you know we have a 7-day trial. It's a one-time, non-recurring $3 payment. There's no catch. At the end of the 7 days, if you do not manually upgrade to a full membership, your trial just ends. You're never charged again. It's only $3. It's less than a cup of coffee. Literally, it'll be the best $3 you ever spent in your life. You spent $3 on a candy bar before. Okay, everybody's got $3. It's a one-time payment of $3. You get 3 sample courses included with your trial that are in text and video format. You get 7-day access to Benzinga Pro live newsfeed, 7-day access to our trade idea scanner, 7-day access to free analyst ratings and SEC filings on any U.S. company. And last but not least, you get 3-day access into our live trading chat room to watch me and my team of 6 other traders, pro trade moderators, trade live throughout the day and get a real feel for what it's like to be part of the TTG family day in and day out. Simply go to ttgthree.com. Okay, the URL is right there at the bottom of your screen. Go to ttgthree.com to sign up for your 7-day trial. All right. Now I want to know, once again, one more time, who here is not a member of True Trading Group? Type the letters TTG in chat. Okay. If you're not a member, type TTG in chat right now. All right, we got Yusuf. We got Stevette Heiliger, Sam E, Bishnu Karki, Grandmaster UV, Nicholas, Ravnil, A. Shani Star, Gogo Tour, JCG, I Don't Care. We got Larry. All right, good, guys. So we got a bunch of non-TTG members that are still with us here. AC. Yeah, we got a bunch of members a bunch of non-TTG members that are with us here. Guys, listen up. If you, I know you guys got value out of the live stream. Okay. If you just typed TTG in chat, please listen up. No one is going to do the work needed for you to reach your goals. Okay. No one. You have to be willing to do it. Trading is not a get rich quick scheme. You heard Judy. She went through all the courses. She went through the courses multiple times, but the results speak for themselves. Okay. You have to be willing to put in the effort, and it all starts with getting the right education, having access to the right tools, and being part of the right community that's going to help you to learn, trade, and profit. And that is what TTG is all about. A 1-year membership to True Trading Group would normally cost you $2,212, but tonight, until midnight Pacific, that's 3 a.m. Eastern, you can actually save 43% and use the coupon code TTG121 and pay only $1,246. There's no upsells, there's no add-ons. Every single thing that we have and everything we ever will have, you have access to. You get full access to our mods, including me, okay, and everything we have and ever will have. And it's a lot. We have a lot of stuff. TTG is a platform. It's not just, trade alerts and courses. It's an entire platform. I'll explain to you what you actually get in a second. But we do not have a monthly membership, all right? We don't have a monthly membership because, first of all, 1 month is not enough time for you to go through all the courses, pass the quizzes, go through the video library, attend the private study group, trade on the simulator. 1 month is not enough time for you to figure out if you can do this. That's number one. Number two, myself and the rest of the moderators are going to give you 110% of our energy and our effort. Okay, we're with you all day long. Okay, we're not done by 11 a.m. and we leave and we leave you to fend for yourselves. We are in chat all day, every day, and you have access to send us private messages, direct messages, ask us questions. We come on the microphone. We tell you where we see opportunities. Okay? This is what you guys are getting access to. If my moderators and myself are going to give you that kind of energy and effort, we also do workshops and webinars with our members during the week. We even do them on weekends. So if we're going to give you that kind of effort, you better be willing to give it back to us. That's why we don't have a 1-month membership, being honest with you. Now, I told you TTD is a lot more than just a trade alert service. Whether or not you join True Trading Group or not, if you're going to be a trader, you're going to need a few things. You need real-time news. Yahoo Finance doesn't count. You need real-time data with level 2. You need real-time charts. True Trading Group is the Netflix of trading communities, guys. You pay one price, you get access to everything we have. As a member, you get access to the top premium trading tools and products because we bundle them together as part of your membership. Included in your membership will be Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed directly inside of our chat room. This is a new service that gives you up to the second breaking news alerts directly inside of our chat room. This service is completely invaluable. Myself, the moderators, and all of my members use this service every single day. Everybody asks me, Mike, where do you get your news from? Right there, folks. It's right inside of our chat room. I cannot tell you how much money this service has made me and how much money this service has saved me by giving me the news faster than others. It's included with your membership. It also has a squawk box feature that lets you turn on your speakers and someone will read the news headlines to you out loud. Okay. Then you get access to quote streams, real-time level 1, full book level 2, real-time options data. All of that is included with a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money where you practice implementing what you learned in the courses. Trade ideas scanner, that's included. This shows you what stocks are making new highs, have unusual volume bursts, top gainers in the day. Or it organizes and shows you what are the hottest stocks in the day so you know where to focus your attention. All of this is included at no additional fee when you guys join. You also have access to TradingView's Pro charting software. It's one of the most commonly used charting softwares by active traders today. It's included, yours, with your membership, no additional fee. You're going to get at least a minimum 10 easy-to-follow, actionable, real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders that is currently sporting over an 80% win rate. We're fully transparent inside of TTG. Okay, we are fully transparent inside of TTG. We keep a trading journal on our website that shows you every single buy and every single sell that our moderators make. Okay, we are fully transparent in True Trading Group. You're also going to have access to the entire curriculum. Okay, the entire curriculum. These are the courses. Okay, this is a simplified version of the education that I received when I was working at the fund in New York City. Okay, it's a 15-course curriculum. It's got beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, option courses, trader psychology courses, swing trading courses, you name it. We've got it in text and video format, whichever is easier for you to learn. And you have access to all of them. Guys, we don't have VIP courses that cost more money. Whatever we have, you get when you sign up with the coupon code TTG121. Then you're also going to get access to one small private study group with any TTG moderator. This is your chance to ask questions and go over topics and lessons that you need help with. Then on top of the courses, there's actually a video library that has over 100 hours of recorded workshops and webinars that myself and the other moderators have conducted covering various topics. Some of those topics: how to trade while working a full-time job, how to grow a small account, how to resist FOMO and have confidence pulling the trigger, just to name a couple. Guys, that's over 100 hours. That's on top of the courses. You have access to all of this. This is the value that you guys are getting. Not to mention, you can private message me and the rest of the mods throughout the course of the day for guidance and mentorship. All of these things that you're getting, let me explain this to you. That Benzinga newsfeed, Benzinga charges $1,188 a year for that service. It's yours free when you join. The entire membership is basically the cost of the Benzinga newsfeed. Because you can get a membership now for $1,246. The Benzinga newsfeed alone would cost you $1,188. Quote streams, real-time, full book level 2, and the options data, they charge $990 a year for that. It's free with your membership. The trade simulator costs $750 a year. And TradingView, their charting software, costs $720 a year. Those 4 services together that are all included free at no additional fee would cost you $3,648 had you paid for them on your own. Guys, take advantage of this deal. Okay, listen to me now. The price is going up at midnight Pacific, as we're going to be back to $2,000 soon. And that's still cheaper than most of our competition, 10 times the value. Our goal is to disrupt this entire industry. In order to do that, we need to provide insane value and results at a price that is substantially less than any of our so-called competitors. This is not a sales gimmick. We will be at $2,000 per year sooner than you think. Use the coupon code here now today, because the price is going up by a couple of bucks at midnight and is going to continue to go up every day as we move back to the $2,000 price point. Use coupon code TTG121 before that price goes up and lock in that 43% discount now. My TTG family members that are still on the live stream, I want you to tell me what you think a TTG membership is worth. I want your honest opinion. If you think it's worth $5, say it. You think it's worth $5,000? Say it. You think it's worth $1,246 on the penny? Say it. I want you to give me your honest opinion so that our viewers that are considering joining the group have an idea of what current members think about the value that they get as a member. Donnie Holbrook says it's worth $10K. Brian Stringer says $5,000. Russell says it's priceless. Frank Sabara, $5K. Gilbert Feinberg says $10K. Michael Johnson says $5K. Rob Jones says $2,500. H2OSGT says easily $5K a year. David Egan says over $5,000. Golf Ball Whisperer says priceless. Nicole, $5K. KL says $1,800 to $2,800. Jason, $5K. Grandmaster UV says $5. Johnny Gamecock says, I'd pay 2 shares of Amazon, $6,666. NYC Wojo says $2,400 a year. Greg and Michelle say it's invaluable. Real S says 10K. K-Dog says I pay the same as I pay for 1 year in college. 20K says Rob Nil. Silver Grave says $9,999.99. 10,000 says Angel. Relentless says priceless. Tom Gallant, 10K easy. Wilbur Hall, 12,000 easy. Lynn Wright, 5 to 10,000 easy. You guys seeing the pattern here? Okay. This is what, oh, wow. Armando says 5K per month. That's a lot. That's a real lot. All right. But my TTG fam, how many of you guys that are commenting right now on what you think the membership is worth, have you made back your membership fee yet? And if you have, in what time frame? I think that'll be helpful too for our viewers that are maybe considering joining the group, that it'll be helpful for them to know that that's great. You guys think there's value, but are you guys making money? So sound off in chat if you guys have made back your membership fee. And if you have, in what time frame? All right. All right, let's see. Russell says 2 weeks. Brian Stringer says 1 week. Donnie, 1 week. Jason, 1 month. Taurus Trader, 3 days. Kelter, 1 day. Rob Neal, 1 week. Lynn Wright, 1 month. Jason Walkenbach says 3 weeks. Trent Allen says, I made 62% in 15 days. Made $600 in the trial, so I just joined, says Rocket Reef. Silver Grave said 3 months. David Egan, 2 months. Ghost with the Mostest. Oh, it says it's worth $5,000. 1 month for Vinicius Sousa. 2 months for my boy Frank. Mumu made their membership in 6 weeks and then lifetime membership within 3 months. In 3 weeks, Angel paid for both annual and lifetime memberships. Leonard made their membership fee back in 1 day. Michael Eklund made it back in his first week. Sasha Monique made it back within 1 month. Okay, you guys get the gist. All right, you guys get the gist. We also give back to all of our members, guys. That's something else that we do with all of our fam. For every 300 new members that TTG gets, we raffle off a brand new Tesla or $30,000. It's up to the member if they want the cash or the car. So far, no one's taken the car. Every person has taken the cash. Okay. So that's $30,000 in cash prize or a Tesla. All you got to do is be a member of True Trading Group and you're automatically included in that raffle. It's something that we do with our members when we get 300 new members. Okay. And speaking of giving back, anyone that signs up before midnight tonight will receive a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. Totally free. Our gift to you. Okay. Anyone that signs up before midnight tonight will get a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet. Okay. It's a Tesla Model 3 D player. It's a Tesla Model 3. All right. And guys, last but not least, I'll make a deal with you. All right. Anyone that's still on the live that is maybe considering joining, but they're like, I don't know. I mean, Judy was nice. I mean, Mike sounds cool. I mean, everyone's commenting. It seems legit, but I've been burned before. Gary Cantwell, congratulations, my man. Welcome to the TTG family. Welcome to the TTG family. All of my TTG fans, give a big warm welcome to Gary Cantwell. Guys, also, we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot. Okay, over 1,000 reviews. Over 1,000 people have taken the time to write us a review on Trustpilot. And we are 5 stars. I encourage you to go read some of those reviews. Okay? I encourage you to read some of those reviews. So, like I was saying before, hold on, let me actually read one of these reviews for you. All right, so Cody Hill, 7-day trial to lifer in just 14 days. Wow, Cody, that's incredible. I'm not completely new to stocks, but more of a long-term investor. However, after watching my tech-heavy portfolio taking such a hit, I felt that it was a good idea to get a proper education. That was just one issue. There was just one issue. Where could I turn? I had tried them all, or so I thought. I came across TTG, but wasn't completely sold. Not yet, anyway. After getting taken advantage of by many of these big name services, I decided to only take the 7-day trial. I've lost more than $3 on scratch offs. Exactly. However, after my first day, I was sold. So much value, I decided that this is it. I remember telling my wife that I had found the one. She quickly reminded me of the last ones and the ones before them. I became an annual member. I need to scroll down, Adam, for me. Thank you. My days would start with live callouts and end with YouTube recaps. I patiently sat back as I watched the markets from the sidelines. I spent most of my time studying the courses, but did take a few trades here and there. After 13 days, I made back the cost of my annual membership. Already dedicated to TTG, I did the math and was looking for the prices of lifetime memberships. I had set aside 10K, but figured the cost would be double that. Then, after a crushing swing trade on RBLX and some nice gains on PLTR, I overheard something about lifetime memberships come my notifications. Lifetime memberships? No way. My thumbs fumbling around my keyboard as I typed to ask when and where I could get information on this. The text message came as I typed. My wife drove as I listened to the details and patiently waited to hear the price. This time, she was listening with me. Scroll up. After hearing all the value and seeing the value herself, she was almost as stoked as I was when she heard the price. TTG is now my forever home. I once heard something that I find fits TTG well. That is, TTG isn't some program, it's a way of life. P.S. I'm no longer stressed over money. I now have a skill which I am sharpening daily. Boom. I want to go punch something. That's how excited I am to read that review. Oh, that is so awesome. That is such an awesome review. Cody, I don't know if you're on the live stream right now, but Cody Hill, man, if you are on the live stream, thank you for that review. That's awesome. And I'm sorry you've been taken advantage of in the past. I've heard so many horror stories of people that have paid, $5,000, for some bullshit course that taught them absolutely nothing. So I'm sorry that you've been through that, but that's what Adam and I are looking to change. We are looking to disrupt this entire industry. We're looking to disrupt this entire industry and force all of those scammers out there to either put up or shut up. The days of selling someone on their dreams and providing them no value or education whatsoever are over. Okay? If you want to stay in business, you better start educating people for real. And if you don't, TTG's coming for you. And that's what I mean by we are going to disrupt this entire industry because enough's enough. So here's the deal I'm willing to make with anyone that's still on this live that's considering joining but hasn't pulled the trigger yet. I'm going to show you how much I believe in the program that we provide. Nobody does this. I'll make you a deal. Anyone that signs up with the coupon code TTG121 before midnight, if you go through all the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend the private study group, do those three things, and if you still don't make back the $1,246 that's going to cost you to sign up for a membership right now, if you don't make that back at least once through your membership, I'll give you all your money back. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. I'm not laughing. I'm not flinching. I'm not nervous. I'm not sweating. I can confidently offer you a money back guarantee because I see the success my members are having. I see the success my members like Judy are having. I see the success my members like Cody are having. If my members were not having success, I wouldn't be able to offer you a money back guarantee. I'd be stupid to do so. But that's how confident I am that if you're willing to put in a little effort, that this can and will work for you. I stand behind my education and my program. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm basically guaranteeing your membership cost. Worst case scenario is I give you a refund and you got a free Kindle in the process. Because anyone that signs up by midnight, I'm giving you guys a free Kindle. What else are you looking for? Like if you're on this live stream right now and you're not joining True Trading Group, what else are you looking for? Is the question I think you have to ask yourself. Because watching just a bunch of free YouTube videos is not going to cut it. Invest in yourself. Invest in your education. Invest in building a skill and a knowledge set that can carry you and your family for the rest of your life. This is something that if you are able to learn, could literally change the course and the direction of the rest of your life. That is not an exaggerated statement. That is cold, hard truth. I'm challenging every single one of you that are still on this live that have not joined the group. I'm giving you a money back guarantee. I'm giving you a free Amazon Kindle. I'm giving you a 43% discount. You have a chance to win a Tesla or $30,000 as a member. I'm not sure what else you'd be looking for. I'm giving you a simplified version of the same education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund in New York City. I'm giving you the top trading tools that would normally cost you $3,600 a year. I'm giving you those included with your membership for free. What else are you looking for? And don't tell me, tell yourself. If this is not enough to get you to say, you know what, enough's enough. I'm doing this. I'm doing this. I'm taking control. I'm doing this. I'm going to learn how to make money in the markets. I'm going to learn and I'm going to educate myself. If this isn't enough to get you to do that, you have to start asking yourself, are you ever going to? Because I'll tell you now, there's not a single other service out there that gives you what we give you. Nobody else is this cheap. Nobody else offers you all these free tools. No one's going to give you a money back guarantee. No one's going to give you a free Kindle. And sure as hell, no one's going to give you a chance to win a Tesla or $30,000. That I can guarantee you. So if you guys are ready, you're ready to invest in yourself and be part of a group that truly cares whether you succeed or fail, become part of the TTG family and don't just become another number. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to sell you hopes and dreams. I'm not going to say, oh, sign up. You'll quit your job tomorrow. I'll make you a millionaire. No, don't worry about it. I'm not going to tell you that. What I will tell you is that trading's not easy. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. There's no secret. I'm not going to teach you a secret pattern that nobody knows about. I'm not going to teach you a special indicator that nobody knows about. Believe me, I worked professionally on Wall Street. There isn't a special indicator or pattern. If there was, they would have taught me. The secret is an education. That's why the fund did not let me touch $1 of their money until I went through their training program. So why should you touch $1 of your money before going through their training program? Makes sense, right? Take control of your own lives, guys. All right? Become part of a family that truly cares. All right? Thanks for joining me here tonight, guys. Use that coupon code TTG121 before midnight. Get that 43% discount before time runs out because the price is going up at midnight. Don't let the price go up. Use the coupon code. Get the discount. You're also going to get a free Amazon Kindle and the money back guarantee in the meantime. All right? Thanks for joining me tonight, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. And, of course, smash that like button. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. We'll do a quick check-in on that swing trade. We'll see how it pans out, and we'll see what other action unfolds throughout the course of the day. See you guys all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night.